This is the ultimate status symbol, the Birkin bag. The bag has now become a cultural icon with many of your favorite celebrities either talking about it or wearing it themselves. In this video, we will take a look at how this bag has existed for over 40 years and has now become one of the most valuable luxury goods in the entire world. But before we can get into that, let's go back 40 years to see exactly how this bag came to exist. Back in 1983, on a flight from Paris to London, actress Jane Birkin was trying to load her bag into the overhead bin, and she dropped all of her things because her bag was made out of straw and didn't exactly have a good way of concealing all of her items. Frustrated, picking up all her things, she actually ran into Hermes CEO at the time, Jean-Louis Dumas, and they had begun to talk about this bag catastrophe. Birkin started complaining to Dumas, saying that the impractical design of her bag caused all of her stuff to fall out, and she was looking for a weekend bag that was made out of leather and could easily carry all of her things. Dumas took her recommendations pretty seriously in order to create this leather weekend bag, and based on a previous 1982 design, he did just that. By 1984, this chance meeting birthed one of the most iconic status symbols of all time. Now that we know how the bag was made, the next question you may be asking is, why is it the ultimate status symbol? There are three reasons that I could think of that make this item to be that exact very thing. Let's start with the first reason, which is culture. The reason people know about these luxury items is because of the culture that surrounds it. TV shows, movies, and music pushing out products to the masses, showing them a life that seems dreamlike. The Birkin bag has been featured in many hit TV shows such as Sex and the City and Gilmore Girls, and many hit movies such as Crazy Rich Asians, one of my favorite movies. But the bag truly reached the masses through music. Rappers have been instrumental in pushing out different fashion brands to their listeners, such as Richard Mille, Goyard, and many more. But many of these listeners would have never heard of these brands if it weren't for the songs that they listened to. But the Birkin bag has been featured in countless rap songs as being a true status symbol for anyone who can buy anything that they want. Now that we have the culture portion established, let's jump into the second reason, scarcity. Most people have heard of supply and demand, but luxury goods abide by their own rules. Typically when supply goes up, then prices will fall as demand will usually go down with it. But luxury goods have a complete opposite relationship. When price goes up, the demand will also go up as people associate a higher price with more status. The process of buying a Birkin bag by default is something that drives scarcity. In order to get one of these bags, you either have to be somebody of a high social status, or you have a purchase history that shows that you've bought a ton of Hermes products to reach a level where the bag is available to you. Imagine having $100K worth of products you really don't like just to get a product you do. The process of getting this bag is opaque, which really just means that it makes it as unclear as possible to buy this thing. This makes it one of the ultimate status symbols, as luxury items typically don't function like this. For example, Rolex has a similar process where they make you buy lower end models such as the Oyster Perpetual in order to unlock the ability to get the higher end models such as the Daytona. But just by getting the lower end model, you own a Rolex. You have the watch, it can tell time, it has the brand name on it, you own a Rolex. But for Hermes, this is completely different, as you can't just walk into the store and buy a lower end Birkin. You still have to unlock the ability to get that. Now that we covered scarcity and why not many people can afford to get this bag and not many bags are available for people to get, the last reason is feeling. It's the feeling that you get when you actually get the bag. For example, let's say a husband gets this bag for his wife. She will know how hard the bag was to get, and she'll have a heightened sense of enjoyment, especially if she's always wanted one. Not only will she be super excited to have this bag, but more than likely she's going to tell her friends and family that she got this bag. This will prompt people to start running calculations in their mind of how much the bag cost, how did they actually get the bag, and inherently they're going to start to look differently at you. The wife in this example isn't the only person who benefits though. The husband also benefits as people know he has the means to get the bag, which will make other women and other men view him with more respect as they know he's got the cash and influence to actually get the job done. The feeling that the bag evokes is so powerful, both from the person who gets it and the person who's enjoying it. Even if the person buying it and enjoying it are the same person, it's like having both of the feelings combined into one. The feeling of both knowing you're high enough status to purchase the bag and high enough status to own the bag and flaunt it is extremely motivating for people to get this. Even after all these reasons, some of you still may not think that this is the ultimate status symbol, and depending on what you enjoy, that still may be the case. But when you look at the staggering number of bags being produced, and in this case staggering being a little amount, and the costs associated with buying one, there is no doubt that this luxury product is in a realm of its own. For example, if you want the feeling of driving a Lambo, you can either buy one yourself at the dealership if you have the means to do so, or you can rent one and drive it around. When people see you in the car driving, nobody's going to know the difference between you buying or renting it. So now with the Lambo example, you may be thinking, can I get this bag secondhand or used? You can go to websites like The RealReal and they will have used Birkins for sale, but that takes away from the experience. The status symbol isn't the leather bag that you're holding, it's actually the means of how you got the bag. Knowing that many people cannot afford all the different items or to even have a social status worthy of getting the bag. That actually is the true status symbol. If you made it this far into the video, I really do appreciate it. It means so much that you're watching and I can't wait to keep making videos. And I'll see you on my next one. Other than that, have a great day.